As Turtle said, it's David versus Goliath. The question is, will the story go the way we expect? Let's get into our first ever 2v2 Grand Finals for the European region.
10 years ago, we had our first ever RLCS LAN. Fast forward to last season, 1v1s are introduced, and now, Stumpy, it's the 2v2 EU Grand Final, as Game 1 is brought to you by Progressive.
And this is not where the 2v2 ends. This is essentially just a big old glorified qualifier. They're trying to win their share of the money here in their bedroom, sure, or in the Vitality camp if you're on No Miss Just Fake side. But realistically, you're looking towards that $100,000 prize in Fort Worth. And Zen has been the guy so far. Starting off with a double reset. It's going to make things tricky for Gentlemates, but they've gone through the hard opponents of their own.
Yeah, it's not been an easy run so far for Gentlemates. It had to be Manchester City earlier, and they had that almighty reverse sweep against Carmine Corp as well. But Carmine Corp are good, but No Miss Just Fake. Zatao are looking a little bit better, Stumpy, at the moment than anyone.
It's amazed me how well these two have taken to this entire tournament. There's obviously the big thought that they would be the best team, that they would be one of the three best teams. We had the three best teams. They just 4-0'd Carmine Corp. Like, how does Atow go back into the office on Monday and look Juicy and Vatira in the eye, saying, sorry about that, fellas. You know what? That's my bad. Sorry for what I did on the weekend.
He's going to go straight up to Vatira and say, look at me. I am the captain now. What I say goes, okay? I am the future 2v2 world champion if they're able to win this one. Nass and Oski will have a little thing to say about that. Nass, who's had perfect Grand Finals performances in 3v3s, will be able to get to the 2v2 Grand Final over on the world stage as Oski has control of this ball. Atow was able to almost bully his way past Nass there. Can he get the second follow-up? He can't, because Nass and Oski just a little bit quicker. And there's something about Gentlemates the way they play, Stumpy. I do think they're going to put up a fight here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that neither of these teams is going to just be sitting back and rolling over, but to start things off, a pretty dominant 2-0 so far. Atow getting loud as well, shouting, come on, to Zen in enemy ground.
Yeah, it's not going to be simple, even for No Miss Just Fake. Every goal will matter. And they take this 2-0 lead. Had a couple of half chances so far for Gentlemates, but not really able to commit to anything. So far, it is all the Zatao show. It's a good shot from Oski, though. Even crossbar. Atow gets a save and recovers. Look at the pace of him.
Nice shadowing from Atow. Not much boost, though. He has to try and lead this ball over towards Zen. Is unable to. There's a couple of opportunities where we've seen flashes in the pan for Gentlemates, and in this game one, they need to try and get a real foothold in this series, otherwise Zatao will happily run away with things. Zen to head up. Doesn't quite beat Oski in a nice aerial 50-50. Gives Oski the chance to bap it back down. That's one destroyed. Atow is on the warpath to get the other, but Zen stands firm. Contact for Zen on his way home does prevent a goal at the other end.
Yeah, massive save there from Nass. It wasn't easy at all. Had to use the crossbar and the post. Keeps Gentlemates in it for now. Here comes Nass. He's got the ability to get past Atow. Tries to fake him out. Oski wants to get the shot. Atow, a couple of huge 50-50s. And now suddenly Zen's all by himself, 100 boosts. He can do literally whatever he wants with the ball. Tries to just prod it forward to play it easy and safe. Not going to be enough against Gentlemates.
He wanted to slow it down, maybe get the 50, so that Atow can get on the next chance. I think boost steal is going to be big here for Gentlemates. Whenever they can make their way into the orange half, just try and disrupt, try and get in the way, try and prevent the others from getting back. As Atow and Oski, the Liquid alumni, do end up facing off in the back blue corner. Zen, he does have to shy away from that one, and with no boost, you see how much it's going to be affecting No Miss Just Fake whenever that might befall them.
Yeah, they do have fun with these pre-jumps and pre-flips and all sorts, No Miss Just Fake, but they're not going to be silly with it. We know that about them. They're not going to overcommit, not going to give away any free goals. It's part of the reason why they've only lost one game so far, and even that was in qualifying. TR, I believe, Stumpy, this is your favourite stat from the event.
Yep, they are currently 23-1. And the only game they've lost was in round one of the Swiss to Toxic and Revsy.
Our boys, our beautiful boys. Well, let's see if they can lose another one in this Grand Finals. Then goes for the leaves for Atow instead. That's got a chance here, though. Too much defensively for Zatao. Nass to the backboard. Zen's able to get into the backboard himself. And it falls to Oski. So Gentlemates pushing forward. They're prodding at the moment to stop without really swinging any haymakers.
I think these prods, they're going to need to just be a little bit harder, however, as Zen sends that ball straight towards Atow, but a lovely block by Nass. Makes contact on the ball. Now that's going to speed up Oski's counter-attack here. With 80 seconds, Oski might want to try and get something going sooner rather than later. A pitch down central Zen nearly scores it for an own goal.
Yeah, could have ungoaled that one easily when the ball was landing on your bonnet. But he managed to dodge it, and here it comes down the other end. The flip reset is faked. So it's going to be the first one to it. Also in a little bit of trouble here. Atow tries to fake it, but nass read it. He's trying to slow the game down right now, though. It's just fake. So then Atow are realizing that they are in a battle here with Gentlemace.
Under a minute with Atow heading into the corner. Halfback might be on. Instead, Oski does beat him, and Zen has to psycho it away. And oh my god, I don't know how you beat this. I don't know how you get past this defense.
Yeah, it's frustrating because you think, right, we've got a little bit of pressure. Oh, they've psychoed it. Okay, we've got a little bit of pressure. Oh, they won a 50-50. Got a little bit of pressure. Oh, they demoed us from nowhere in the air. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no avenue of escape or comfort against them. But they are, as we said, only 2 goals to the good. nass trying to break through himself. Zen needs the flip reset quickly. Oski's going to be next up, which isn't perfect. And that means Atow can get it away. And that will probably be game 1. Unless nass can conjure up something magnificent here. He does get the reset, goes low, just Atow in front of him, fakes out Atow. nass is magnificent.
I mean, that is exactly what nass needs to do. Play a little bit more tricksy. Go up, go high, fake high, go low, get the reset, and then get the 50 versus Atow. Simple as that, you can squeak in a goal.
You definitely can. With 11 seconds left, you can get one more as well. Do Gentlemates have it in them? Atow forces the kickoff to the side. nass might beat Zen here. Zen has to not get dusted, and doesn't. Oski's got to pass out wide to nass if he can find it, but nass had no boost. Atow can pump it long, and Oski boostlessly has to watch this one hit the floor for the no miss, just fake.
Stand in their way. They can end this win streak with a single game win. That would be decent enough. They want to go the entire way and head to Worlds competing for another 6-figure sum.
Well, it could be an incredible feat from Atow, who's already swept aside his Carmine Corp teammates. And he's trying to do the same to the original winners of the major this season, Gentlemace, in 3v3s. Of course, Atow took that right back in Paris. Now he and Zen are continuing to run rings around everybody else. Here is Zen, wants to get this flip reset from his own end. Oski should be able to get the save, but already it's good chances here for Zatao. Oski's going to pump this one forward. And Gentlemates, what I would say something is they seem the least overawed by anyone so far defensively when Zatao do come forwards.
Sorry, say that again.
They're able to deal with their threats the best out of anyone we've seen.
Yes, sorry, 100%. I'm still trying to figure out this win streak thing. Because it's going to be... It's really in my mind, and I'm struggling to let it go. It is just the fact that when you see Zatao on defense, they are essentially doing everything perfectly. It takes a wonder plate to get through them. You can't rely on that. Atow, the double reset to the backboard, to the bar, to the World Championship perhaps. Atow doesn't get credited with the goal, but he did everything.
Yeah, Oski's a little bit awkward there. He has to be because of the amount of flip resets, changing the angles. You don't know where to set yourself. Normally, when a player's coming forward, you can sort of judge the angle from the floor before you jump. With these two, you can't do it. There's a fake kickoff that nass is able to prod forwards. Once again, though, Gentlemates are chasing the game. Atow leaves that one out. And waiting underneath. Can Oski break through the pair of them? He's got nass to his right. Wants to get the 50-50 into the center. Better get such a clean 50-50. Sends it high, sends it safe.
Zen now wanting to make more magic happen. Chance for a dunk on the final man. And I feel like repeatedly we're seeing no miss, just fake beat one. And then sometimes the other, but they need to make that a little bit more consistent. Are they wanting to have more of the dominant games we've seen? No reset found there. No. Zen does get it on the challenge. No miss, just fake. Their defense has been impressing me so far. Even when they are this low on boost, they're still maintaining a lot of possession.
Yeah, somehow nass managed to get past one of them, but Atow knew he had Zen behind him, so not too much danger, and Zen's just going to do this and maybe score from his own end. This time it's put by Oski. Nass there at his own corner. Just put in the safer places in the Rocket League pitch, your own corner. And Oski got some boosted. That's a great grab. Tried to speed up the play. And when do Gentlemates choose to do that? Because so often that's what teams do against No Miss Just Fake, and it just punishes them instantly, you know? So it's about timing things as well.
Yeah, it's that aggressive play, I suppose, where you just have to time it perfectly. Good demo from Atow onto Oski. Look at how much room Zen gives. He wants to just build a little bit more for himself. And Gentlemates give it to him, but with the lead, can't be making it so that Zen has got a lot of room to work his way into, because he will worm through, and that defense will have holes in it.
If you want a fun game, just try and think, at any given moment, look how much boost each team has got. Which one has got more, and how close to 100 are Zatao? Zen normally is on about 100. Atow normally is on at least 90. And then meanwhile, Nass and Oski, you think, oh, that's going to fall to them. They might have a chance here. But they've got nothing in the tank. They can't do anything with it. For one, Zen's got nothing, and still he breaks through one defender. Oski has to send it wide. Does pick up some boost. Atow keeps the attack going. Nass should be able to catch, but again, no boost for Gentlemates. It's ridiculous.
It's another brutal boost steal as well. Atow, he checked backboard. One chance, two chance. Reset. You're not Oski, fella. Zen, however, gives it a go himself. As it's lofted above Nass, that's really loose, and Oski is going to have to dive into control. Now, the quick snap, counter-attack. Atow didn't want to go for any psycho craziness there, instead just taps it nicely into the midfield, but that falls perfectly into the pockets of Nass. Oski waits, Zen can just about fluke it away.
Oski's going to have to play to absolute perfection to turn this one into a chance. Instead, he's tackled, should be able to get the block. Atow steals more boost right now from Gentlemates, and Oski's trying to go into it.
Oh, no.
You feel you got a rush. Nass is coming forward, gets a couple of touches over. And now suddenly it's Zen versus Oski. Yeah, Zen's attempt this time gets the reset, nearly over Oski. Well defended again from Gentlemates, but they are struggling with no boost.
It's a freestyle 1v1 at this one. Freestyle 2v2, I suppose, at this point.
You could say.
Both teams, end to end, trying their best just to break the relative deadlock we've seen in the last minute or so. Atow dives across, manages to get the save away. Spots a little corner boost, but Oski knows his plan down to a T. A former teammate of his. Oski and Nass wanting to get that team pinch that Atow and Zen are so famous for. And what a banger! Oski back in time, but the freestyle 2v2 continues.
Yeah, it's working. Nass is able to keep control of this one, gets the flip reset, wants to go over Zen and does. Atow, it's an awkward touch from him. Oski up against Zen here. Zen waits, knows he doesn't have to rush, and waits to perfection. That may well be two. Atow shoots, and just again, when Gentlemates were going to strike, no miss, just fake punish.
Just when I thought Oski was through, he jumps, he takes the bait of Zen. Zen then does a little hop, goes straight low. It's not going to be a 50, fella. I'm just going to pass this to Atow, and we've scored again. I'm really sorry, pal. But we're winning 4-1 over goals in this game, in this series rather, so far. 2-0 in the second, and it could well be looking very likely to become 2-0 in the series.
I mean, Vatira said that we play pretty well considering we are just humans. Against Zen and Atow in the 2v2 game mode. Oski and Nass are able to deal with the gods, but so far they're not able to defeat them as they watch down from Mount Vesuvius.
And we're seeing, as you said, and as Turtle said, David versus Goliath. But right now, Goliath is stomping on David. That slingshot is doing nothing. Why would you bring a slingshot to a punching fight?
Come on, it's boinging. It's boinging little pebbles off them.
Yeah, it's dinging off them, but...
ding, ding, ding. Hit markers.
Yeah. Okay, right. Fine. Gentlemates are getting some hit markers, but Goliath is standing on them very hard. Oh, lovely fake! Not enough.
Atow!
Not enough. Not enough, I
Give
thought.
us something.
Oh.
Maybe Nass can force it. Gets the touch into the back of both Atow and Zen are there. Atow chain dashes his way around to suddenly turn it into a counter-attack. But that's great reads from Oski. Can he get this pitch? He can. One more touch maybe. In comes Nass. Perhaps Nass does shoot, but Zen was already there to read it.
Going to be a 1v1. Atow versus Oski. Both have boost. Atow wants to take it low. Gets that little swiping 360. Zen's turn. Two terrifying words and one terrifying result. Zen defeats both of them in one fell swoop.
Yeah, it looks like the game win streak is going to continue based on what we've seen here. Even when Gentlemates come forward with everything, Zatao have too much for it. And Stumpy, you've got your answer. I don't know if you've seen. So does that make you feel a little bit happier now? It was game 3 that they lost against TR all the way back in the Swiss to qualify, and since then they've been unbeaten in games.
So they won 2, lost 1, and have now won 23 in a row.
There you go, we got our number, everybody.
It's just, I wish it was the first one. Sorry, TR. Because the number would have just been that little bit bigger. Oski, chance to get the pinch. I mean, the win streak, as you said, it is continuing. Atow, beautiful carry into the reset, beats one. The second, it's a nice bump from Nass to take Atow away from the ball, and then goes in, sneaks a boost, sneaks another one in his own corner, and leaves Oski hunting for more.
Nass gets a nice catch there in the air, and it's still only 1 goal. These games have been kept relatively close. He's been punished for a couple of, I wouldn't even say overcommits, just daring to think that they might scores. It's Nass. pushes out wide to Oski. Zen somehow gets the read against both of them. This one's bouncing all the way in, is it? Maybe. Nass had to be alert to it and use all of his boost again. Atow brutally takes him out the game. Zen shoots. Oh! Zen gets it in. I'm running out of superlatives.
What sick, freakish mind doesn't just shoot that? What revolting little boy instead decides to go for a sidewall double? 2-0 for Zatao.
With a 360, the 360 no-scope. We had hit markers earlier. We're getting old school with it now. Here is nass, though. Gets the flip reset. What's he got to do with Atow? He was thinking about a floor pinch there, but Atow just about got the touch.
We've seen the physicality, the demos per game. Atow sitting at number 4 in Europe. He's doing an incredible job just to make sure that whenever there's a chance to remove a player from the pitch, he is doing so, opening up the scoring avenues for Zen. It's a nice touch from Zen in defense to keep it away. Keep one from flying into his net, a backflip flick, takes it on target, but nass routine save halfway through and 2 to claw back. And I mean, the shining light is that so far they have been held to just 2 goals per game.
Yeah, for sure. And they're making them make saves as well. Oski himself, though, has made 6 saves. Nass has made 1 in this game. Oski hasn't had a shot. Only Nass has had 5 shots.
Awesome.
Which is interesting. Yeah, that's fun to know. Oski forces that one high. Nass boostless. Okay, what are you going to do?
He's going.
He's used all of his 12 and they're just waiting. They're like, yeah, you can have this ball now, but just you wait till we tackle Oski.
I mean, Atow's like first to second man positioning, where he's transitioning from just behind the play to then nipping in front. Zen can just sit back for a second, and it makes his job so much easier when you've got a player like Atow that can come in and try and get as many of these passes as possible, try and get as many interceptions. Oski is low on boost, unfortunately for him. The 50 doesn't go his way, but nass is there! And the first goal for Gentlemates in Game 3 does find its way home.
Yeah, Zen did well to get a block on that one, but nass's follow through was good enough to get that read from Oski 50-50. And Gentlemates once more give themselves a chance. Zatao have bled again. I repeat, Zatao have bled again. Now can Gentlemates double up their work? A minute and a half left, plenty of time.
A slingshot pellet has made its way through.
Yeah.
It dinged them, they got hit markers, and all of a sudden a damage number popped up above Zen and Atow's head.
And that number was 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have cracked their shields. In these 80 seconds, they're going to need a little bit more than that. They're going to need to hit more of those squishy parts to make sure that there are more opportunities to get some of these goals through the back lines. Nass up for a redirect, tries to make it central. He's not able to get it too much further than Atow, unfortunately, and Zen won't commit on this, and Oski knows that. He can now go for a demo, and Zen jumps, floats like a shadow, and clears the ball away.
Nass has got a good boost, though. He's waiting for Zen's clearance. Zen does pick up the 100. Nass is straight on him, but it's not going to matter because Zen is so fast. He gets a reset. Oski stranded. Zen can pick his spot, but Atow's not there for once.
I mean, they just need to wear this clock down now, and I like the amount of turns that you see Zen and Atow go in for. They're faking out every opportunity that they can. They're making it so that Gentlemates don't trust their own shadows at the moment, and Nass is attempting to remove Zen from the equation. Unfortunately for him, it almost feels like there's multiple of him. A reset chance for Nass instead goes for the double. It's on, as is game.
Yeah, great decision there from Nass. Looked like he was going for the flip reset. Instead, just used all of his FedEx reach to get that one to the backboard. Had to get the angle perfect because shot, he'd run out of boost just to get there. But it did work out, Stumpy. 20 seconds left. Let's at least get an overtime.
Will the 23-game win streak end here? An overtime is more than what a lot of competitors have been able to do to them throughout this entire competition. With Zen challenging, finds Atow on the left-hand wall. Oski lofts it. I don't love it, because that then just means that there's a chance for Atow to come in. But Atow relieves the ball pressure back over. Nass with a flick, top corner found, but Atow was lurking.
So tease it up to Zen. 0 seconds would be absolutely heartbreaking here. We all deserve at least an overtime. Nass hit the floor. Safety first, fella. I love it.
And this overtime is going to be so important. Will they need to stare down the barrel of a reverse sweep? Is this going to be the end of the win streak? Zen versus Nass with Atow bumping. He is inevitable.
I thoroughly enjoyed that 8 seconds of gameplay extra that we got. But Zen somehow digs out a flip reset. It didn't look...
What does it call timeout? The other types in there, no. Just going to get on with it, really.
Hey, when I'm a pro, that's how I'm going to rock and roll, okay? That's confidence. That's aura.
The 36.
Oski rolls that one to Atow. And everyone's low on boost at the moment, so it's a little bit of floor ball at the moment, and Nass almost makes the most of it. Prods it into the top corner. That was close. Oski attacking close in the center. No boost though for Oski. Just to hope that Atow's going to miss this one, which isn't going to happen. And now Atow has a shooting chance against Nass. Rip-roaring start here to game number 4.
I mean, Zen then also pre-jumps that. It's a really lovely turnaround. Atow, chance for a psycho.
Oh
It is on, but Oski pre-jumps like a ballerina in the sky.
Zen passes this one to Atow. Atow, I imagine, is salty after that. You know, I don't care how good you are. If you're going to score a psycho and your opponent's pre-jumped it, you're annoyed. Now, Atow, what can you do with all that rage? You can miss a flip reset.
I mean, there's part of me that thinks, Oski, why did you save it? Come on, give us one of those moments then with a double reset.
You were telling me off for saying just get on with it, and now you're saying let the psycho in.
Yeah, but I agree with my points because I made them.
That's a fair point. Here's Nass in the corner. Oski steals 100 boost, so a little bit of boost starvation right now.
That's good.
Atow. Into the center it comes. Atow's going to pump this one forward in a second, though he waits instead to let Zen get that extra bit of boost. So there's no chance of being counted.
Little pop from the young magician. One chance, reset on target, gets it, bar down. And everything that Zen touches right now is turning to gold.
That Zen, easy enough. It's the extra touch. Didn't have too much gold to aim for. I'm sure Oski would have thought, I got this one covered. And then it slams down from the crossbar anyway. And Zen makes it look so simple, Stumpy. It's beautiful. Every time his car goes up, you just know you're going to see something stunning. Here comes Oski, though, but he's missed the double tap. It's a double tap. The in-threes he hits every time. Then he gets the bump. But it's not going to matter anyway because it was covered so well by Atow. Nass with the catch. Into a flip reset. Go on, gentlemates. Here's Nass. Gets the dunk. Is anyone following? Is Oski there? Yes, he is. It required 58 bumps and 3,000 hits, but finally they get another goal.
I mean, you saw as well with the goals against numbers, just over 1 goal against per game for No Miss Just Fake. They are conceding very little. The next lowest, bear in mind, is Gentlemates at 2.4. No Miss Just Fake do not concede goals, and Gentlemates are working through their defense at long last.
Yeah, they are. They're getting goals there. They're getting dents in there. Oski's got a chance to bump out Zen here. He just lost control of his car. Gets the 100 boost. No, Atow takes him out. Great demo there from Atow. Up against Oski now. Can No Miss Just Fake punish him straight back. Oski leaves that one towards Zen. You don't want to do that too often because Zen can conjure a goal out of anywhere. Oski has to go fast. And they stay grounded so much to Zatao. You know, they never waste an aerial.
I think it's just such efficient play. It almost feels perfect. They're playing like TAS right now. They are tool assisted. Everything is going their way. And yet it's still a draw in this game. 1-1, halfway through. Atow reset, wants to take it low as Nass then removes him from the equation entirely.
Yeah, here comes Oski though, gets the catch. Zen should be able to get this one, but the dunk is good from Oski, and Nass read it as well. Just sends it out wide. Are we gonna see a game go against Zen and Atow? Maybe if Oski can connect with this one, he's got a shooting chance. He's gonna open, and then he fakes him out as well.
Everything starting to fall in place for Gentlemates. The wave dash as he lands gives him enough speed. Atow has to dive in. There's no other option. And Oski is so aware of that fact. Gentlemates lead.
This just got real, Stumpy Goblin. Here's Oski again, trying to build upon the momentum. A team that have already got a reverse sweep in this very competition. Against Zen's old enemy, Vatira. Against Atow's teammates, Juicy and Vatira. Atow, though, he goes high to the ceiling. That's a little bit of trouble here. Atow goes all the way. Zen, does he have the shooting angle? Of course he does.
No.
Just a couple of touches. Underneath Oski, I meant eventually he's got the shooting angle is what I mean. I saw into the future there because it was Zen.
I mean, that is great foresight, and it has been great 4 goals in this game. 2-2, and Zen could just about squeeze through one to bring us back to a relative normality. There are moments in this game that are going to be turning the tide for either side. That feels like Gentlemates, they had a decent chunk of momentum. They cannot let that slip.
Oski's already up. Can't let that ball go beneath him. Gets something on it. Atow versus Nass. Nass gets the read as well. Now it's Zen's turn. He scored from here before at this angle on this very match.
Go away.
Couldn't quite do it that time.
Grow up.
Decent shot, and Stumpy is disgusted that Zen would even go for that shot.
Grow up, man. Like, you can't score that because no one in the world can. Stop it. I'm angry at you now because I didn't think these things were possible.
Here is Atow. Nass is jumping all over in the air. Needs to be careful here. Manages to maneuver himself just right in the end. And Oski has a chance up against Zen, but no boost. Then hoovering up all those hundreds. Oski still manages to escape his way and gets a flip reset on Atow as well. And the bump again. Nass, does he go for this one? He thought about it. How's the ball going to land with the angle into the center?
Clear.
Be able to clear and does.
I mean, the boost gods are looking so heavily in the favor of Zatao right now. The way in which they're spawning, it's so in their favor. An air dribble bump was on, and these boost steals are starting to roll through for Gentlemate's final 40. And with this draw, it's looking more and more likely another overtime is on the cards.
Yeah, good boost at the moment for Gentlemates, so they're going to keep on pushing. They've got 100 between, or 100 each. What can they do with it? Oski nips in there ahead of Atow. Zatao has to wait one more second. Gentlemate's whirring something up, but that's a poor touch there from Nass. It has to be said, and Oski's wasn't too good either. This could be the win, this could be the tournament, this could be the World Championship 2v2 until comes Nass.
And one more goal now separating Zatao from that World Championship spot, from a potential $100,000 in these 10 seconds. Can Gentlemates stop that nightmare from becoming a reality? A musty near target, Oski to clear. Zen waits midfield but too far away. Atow, I thought he kept it up, but game says otherwise. Another overtime.
Yeah, the ominous music was beginning to build there, but Zen couldn't quite connect. Last overtime, it lasted 8 seconds. This one might be over even more quickly. But Oski, he tracks his run. He should be able to get this to safety for now as Atow passes it to Zen for the end-to-end.
It's the longest overtime that Zatao have suffered this entire main event. Zen with a reset. Dunk on Nass was possible, but he made it impossible. Atow, chance to shoot, and Oski a pre-jump again. They are vital pre-jumps.
Oski is using all of his boost. Yet again, he's burned through so much just to get the ball from one end to the other. Atow gets a skim. It should be read by Nass, who would have believed that Atow had that read. Gives him full control of the ball, gets the reset over the top of Zen. Atow's there. Nass gets another quick reset, and Atow's a little bit awkward here on the crossbar. Oski tries to slam it down, and Nass is almost in, Stumpy.
Very close as Oski then ends up coming out of the shadows, can clear it away from Zen's little greasy paws. Atow waits, lurks, sees what he can do, a reset touch. And the way that Atow's playing needs to be commended to Zen. Chance for a double, fakes it low, Atow on target. Oski to clear, suddenly the ball speeds up and Zen has to jump straight back into action. Mid-boost is there for him. Chance for a flick, chance for a fake, chance for anything. Chance for world domination and glory, but Nass stands firmly in his way.
It is so difficult to defend against them. Nass again, huge saves coming in from Gentlemates. No miss, just fake, just can't quite do it. An almighty doink comes in from Nass. Goes just below the crossbar, giving Atow some green space to play into. But that is a fantastic read there from Nass. Zen is almost swiped away, not quite though. It's good play from Gentlemates, positive attacking from them.
Great idea for these bumps too, to unsettle them. But Atow, he comes suddenly into full force. Nass back central. Oski to skim it on. Nass has boost for this. He doesn't really have the space though, as Atow cuts him down immediately.
Atow so close to claiming their glory. Zen with a back flip flick, only as far as Oski. Gentlemates now have to do plenty of defending. It looks like this will be Zatow's to take if they can keep these attacks going.
Atow there, forced by Oski. Intelligent play from him. The defense, the proactive play, as you said, is coming out a lot better in this series, or rather in this game. The Zudge is gorgeous. Atow to send it long. Who's first to it? Nass will be him. And the boost is stolen again by Atow, who then immediately tries to swipe. He has no boost, but Zen doesn't know that.
Yeah, Atow's got a chance to shoot from here. He does shoot from there! No miss, just fake! Magnificent from beginning to end!
Zatao are inevitable, and they will be competing in Fort Worth at the World Championships.